Number one of the CPKC International presented by Rolex, and to get things underway, it's Yuri Mansour of Brazil, another one of those Paris Olympians, and hard to miss in those team colors.
Well, the wasps have been a bit of an issue out here in Western Canada this summer, and I'm not sure I'd go with that color scheme, but this is a great veteran. I'm joking, of course, but Yuri Mansour is a wonderful veteran rider for Brazil. Brazil has recognized huge success in this ring in the past, particularly with the great Rodrigo Pessoa, and now it's always tough to be the pathfinder, but at least it allows you to stick to plan. So he is underway now. And Leopoldo's really given them some space early on to open up across the arena, ease into the course. Big fences, -60 as we talked about, but nothing too technical or related early on. But after you've finished up at this fourth obstacle that he's about to get to now, it's the first of the combinations, and it is the triple, 5 ABC.
And Yuri Mansour, a bit of a rub going into that triple and a rub coming out, but all of the rails stay up.
Highly appreciative crowd, knowledgeable crowd here at Spruce Meadows. They know that only the top 12 advance to the second round as he approaches the water here. Easily over, and now this bending line into the French bistro.
Yuri Mansour of Brazil, 45-year-old veteran, currently 71st in the world rankings. Another rub, but that one stays up.
He's had 2 rubs here in the middle section of the course. That'll either sharpen up this beautiful bay gelding as he moves down to the massive Canada planks. And now into the combination, doing a lovely job here so far.
Time allowed, 82 seconds.
What a way to start things off at Spruce Meadows. Clean, efficient, couple of touches on course, and that is a great way to start for Brazil.
Yuri Mansour, the first out from the clock tower, posting our first clear in a time of 80.55 seconds. That's well under the allotted time of 82 seconds.
Alphonse Santo Antonio answering the call of the pressure out here, answering all of the questions.
Of Great Britain, currently 3rd in the world rankings and a member of the British gold medal winning team in Paris 2024 with teammates Harry Charles and Scott Brash. And Ben's hoping to have a better trip than Scott Brash did earlier.
Well, and he added that other Olympic gold to his resume earlier at the Tokyo Games, the delayed Tokyo Games, but winning individual gold. He is an extraordinary horseman, Ben Maher, and this Celle Francais mare is 11 years old, Dallas, Vegas. Ben's one of those riders that doesn't, he's so efficient, and his horses are so well trained and so experienced in gymnastics, and listening to him, that he doesn't look like he's going that fast. Their response is very subtle. He's got very quiet hands, very quiet leg, but he is a ferocious competitor and not adverse to going at a very quick pace without looking like he is. So let's see how he balances it up here.
Great sound coming from our crew down on the course. Ben Maher making the big turn, 9th in the individual event at Paris as well, also on Dallas, Vegas.
Good effort at that oxer. 1 oxer left to go. Time should not be an issue. Ben easily over.
A clear round for Ben Maher of Great Britain in a time of 79.45, and that will move him into 2nd place for the time being.
Second fastest of the cleans. Remember, the first round also against the clock, so 79.45 is an important benchmark to look at. And here's how he came over the Canada planks and down to this last combination. Horse handles it easily, and here you have a look at Di Lampard. She's riding the last fences with him. And are you going to be happy, Di, or not? I'd be happy.
Here's Max Kuhner now of Austria. Veteran rider, currently 6th in the world. Another one of the riders in this CPKC International with a major Grand Prix victory, winning the Dutch Masters back in 2021.
He's medaled here before as well. This Electric Blue is a terrific horse, and they have a long-term partnership. 13 years of age. Max, a really pleasant rider to watch. He sits on a horse so nicely. His very little movement, doesn't get in the way of the horse, lets the horse do its thing, has quiet hands.
Max Kuhner was 7th at the Paris 2024 Olympic Games in the individual competition on Electric Blue, and also was a member of the Austrian team in Paris.
Of course, uses itself very well in the combination here. I think it jumped in a little long over the oxer, but corrected itself, showed its athleticism. So now he's setting up here. He's really going to have to balance Electric Blue here so she doesn't punch this out. Oh!
We've seen that one come down now several times throughout the course of this competition.
And that was a light tap. I thought it might stay up there, so he's now going to have to really push it to be a fast 4 and stay in the hunt.
Max Kuhner coming to the final obstacle and clears that easily on the way to a time of 77.94 seconds. So that is a very fast 4 and will leave him in 10th position.
So much quality still to come. That barely came down, but it's clear that it did for the 4 faults.
There's Richard Vogel now of Germany, ready to tackle this course, set by Leopoldo Palacios on United Touch. And Richard Vogel coming off a 5th place performance at Paris 2024 on this horse.
This is one of the best horses in the world, which is kind of an obvious statement when you're watching this event at the Spruce Meadows Masters, but such a horse. 3rd place at the Rolex Grand Prix in Aachen, a magnificent stallion, a stride that's probably 20% longer than most of the horses you'll see in the field today. So he doesn't look like he's going very fast, but he just eats up the turf in this big stadium. Not only that, Richard's done such a terrific job in his adjustability and his gymnastics. This horse is made for a competition like this. You heard the crowd.
And after winning the meter 55 Canada Cup here at the Masters earlier this week, Richard said, I want to win the CPKC International very badly, because you never know when you'll get a horse like this that can jump big so easily.
Yeah, he feels the stars have aligned for him. The horse is ready. He's prepared. Oh! Oh! I imagine he overjumped the oxer, which didn't allow him to get out of the way to get his landing gear up and over the B element of the triple. We'll have to have a look at that. Now he'll have to go to the accelerator. If 4 faults get you in, it'll have to be a very fast 4.
Yeah, we've already seen 1 clean, and we've seen 2 1-fault performances for time violations. So top 12 and all clears will come back for the 2nd round. So Richard Vogel has to go fast and clean the rest of the way.
Look at this horse.
And Richard Vogel of Germany in a very fast time of 75.92 seconds with the 4 jump faults.
Well, it's a kind of a heartbreak that he had the rail, but I'm sure as he came off this vertical and headed into the Liverpool oxer coming into this triple combination, probably overjumped it, could not get out of the way because he couldn't get set up and balanced in time.
Here's another one of the superstars of the sport right now, Steve Guerdat of Switzerland, currently 2nd in the world rankings, coming off a silver medal performance in the individual event at the 2024 Paris Olympic Games.
Well, you know, again, one of those resumes again, Doug.
Yeah.
He's done it with so many different horses in his career, from Olympic gold in London to another Olympic medal recently. Bernard, of course, is mount for today, having scored victory in this event just a couple of seasons back. Steve Guerdat is an all-time great.
Yep, Steve Guerdat won the 2021 CPKC International Grand Prix here, and was second to Germany's Daniel Deusser in a jump off at the 2022 CPKC International.
Another veteran partnership. Them kind of come through there, drifting a little bit from left to right on the screen. The expression on the horse's face tells me that he's very much at home and understands the job at hand today.
And Steve has said that this sport is all about adapting, and adapting well so far to this course set by Leopoldo Palacios.
Steve did a great job balancing Bernard into that very tricky obstacle number 9. Now giving him a good look at the triple bar. Little pull there to balance him up. Big explosion over the Oxer. Time should be all right as he gets to this final line.
Steve Guerdat of Switzerland.
No.
Oh, just over the allotted time of 82 seconds by 9/100ths. So that's a clear, but +1 for Steve Guerdat.
So that is an interesting scenario as we move through the first round. We see him coming into the triple combination here, really getting some balance to get up over that Liverpool Oxer, then the pair of verticals. Little bit of a rub there with the front feet. Great expression on Bernard's face here as they get up and over the Canada planks. Currently in 3rd position in our standings, just the one clear to date, so his waiting game commences.
Here's one of the former champions here. This is Daniel Deusser of Germany, currently ranked 47th in the world, was the winner of the CPKC International presented by Rolex 2 years ago, 2022.
Yeah, these two have had tremendous success, not only in the majors and the Rolex Grand Slam, but also representing Germany. They won the Rolex Grand Prix in 2021 in Aachen, and then followed that up a year later with a victory here. Terrific horseman, terrific horse. He has all the confidence in the world in this 14-year-old bay, and they are ready to roll.
Yeah, Daniel Deusser also has a couple of other Grand Slam tournaments to his credit. Won the Grand Prix in Aachen in 2021 and the Dutch Masters in 2022, the same year that he won this CPKC International.
She's earned her oats, this one.
Daniel Deusser, also a member of the German team that won bronze at the Rio Olympics in 2016.
It's a great look at this line. Maher has a bit of a rub there, but look at the expression on her face. And Daniel, he sits very nicely in the saddle. He really stays out of her way. Little or no pressure on her back, really using his stirrups. He's a tall fella, so he's got good angle on the horse. Good water jumper.
Still looking for our second clear round under the allotted time of 82 seconds. Yuri Mansour, who was first to go in this CPKC International presented by Rolex, the only one to go clear under the allotted time so far.
So far, he's approached and attacked each and every one of these obstacles the way they are to be jumped. Stalling there, getting her set up so he can get out off the Oxer properly. That was a planned pullback coming into that in and out combination, and then up and over the final Oxer.
And Daniel Deusser of Germany posting our second clear round under the allotted time, and that will move him to the top of the leaderboard at 79.39 seconds ahead of Yuri Mansour of Brazil.
Look at her come through this combination, the final combination on course. Perfect arch, perfect jumping style, covers the back and front rail without effort at all. Killer Queen is certainly on form today.
And here's another one of the riders that went clean in the first round. This is Darragh Kenny of Ireland, 36-year-old, currently 32nd in the world rankings.
Another veteran on a veteran horse. This is another 17-year-old stallion, Cartello. a bit of a wide berth, give the horse a good amount of time to set up to come down this line through the shadows. Now the pair of verticals.
Darragh Kenny said, a former boss once said to me, you can't always expect people to think the same way you do. But right now, Darragh Kenny thinking he needs to go clean to force a jump off with Martin Fuchs of Switzerland.
He'd like to get into this ring once more today. So now he's got to balance this big stallion up for the Dutch bicycle. And he has a touch, but it stays up.
Coming through now to the final few tests. Darragh Kenny of Ireland needs to get across, and he needs to do it in the allotted time, which won't be a problem. And there we go. Darragh Kenny will be jumping off. Darragh Kenny of Ireland goes double clear. And that will force a jump off with Martin Fuchs, and there's still a few more to come.
Yes, there's a couple more to come, and they are players, but Darragh Kenny doesn't concern himself about that. He's got some more jumping to do with that beautiful stallion of his, VDL Cartello.
Now let's go down to Alex Grayton for an update.
Thanks so much. I'm here with Yuri, and Yuri, you were first to go, and I have to say you made the course look relatively easy. I was worried about how many clears we would get. Tell me your thoughts about how your horse performed today, so early going.
Yeah, I was a bit frustrated because in the second qualification I saved this horse only for 2 classes, the second qualification, the Grand Prix, and I was also #1. So when I saw the start list, I said again, but that somehow put me in the right spirit, and I have to say the horse is in great shape this week. So yeah, he did what he should do.
Oh, that's fantastic. What a performance. All the best in round 2.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Alex. So Yuri Mansour, Brazil, is through to the second round, and Martin Fuchs is off to a good start here, the defending champion in the CPKC International presented by Rolex. Clean so far.
Look at Leone use himself coming through the combination, and you know, Martin isn't the quietest of riders there. You can saw him get a little active up in the saddle there, but he and this big gray have such a great rapport. 12 years of age, powering out over the water, now taking this bending line and balancing in.
Yeah, Martin Fuchs, currently ranked 8th in the world, was 1st in the world for 3 months back in the summer of 2022 and finished 10th in the individual competition at Paris 2024 on this horse.
And he has extreme confidence in this horse and great chemistry. He knows the rideability. Oh, he's got a rub there, and he stretches out. Big effort by Leone to get over that oxer.
And Martin Fuchs of Switzerland posting a clear round, the defending champion. A clutch performance indeed, Ian, in a time of 80.63 seconds. That will guarantee him a spot in the second round, puts him temporarily 5th.
There you see a great viz of him going into that combination, and Leone's like, I've got this, and Martin trying to bring him back a little bit, and the same was in the triple combination. They came in and they weren't as smooth and as insane.
So Martin Fuchs of Switzerland still atop the leaderboard. Double clear so far, the 2023 champion.